The United Kingdom's Ministry of Defense latest intelligence update on Ukraine, June 28, 2023. Early on the morning of the 22nd of June 2023, Ukrainian Armed Forces struck the Chonhar road bridges between the Crimean Peninsula and Russian-occupied Kherson Oblast. These bridges service one of two main road supply routes between Crimea and Kherson. The route over the Chonhar bridges are the most direct route from Russia's Crimean logistics hub at Zhumkoi and the Zaporizhia sector, where Russia is currently defending against a major Ukrainian offensive. The temporary closure of the route caused vital Russian logistics convoys to take at least 50% longer to reach the front via alternative routes. Reports indicate that Russian authorities almost certainly constructed a pontoon bridge replacement crossing within 24 hours of the attack. It is highly likely that crossings are limited to military traffic only. The speed with which an alternate crossing was constructed indicates how vital this route is to the Russian military efforts in occupied Ukraine. The Air Force Command of Ukraine Armed Forces update. On the night of June 28, 2023, the air defense of the Air Force and other components of the Defense Forces of Ukraine destroyed 6 Shahed 136 and 131 barrage munitions, which the Russian invaders attacked from the southeast. The Institute for the Study of War Russian Offensive Campaign Assessment continued reporting about the deal mediated by Belarusian dictator Alexander Lukashenko to end the Wagner Group's armed rebellion, suggests that involved parties may still be negotiating the specifics of the agreement. Independent Belarusian monitoring group, the Hagen Project, cited flight tracking data on June 27, suggesting that Wagner Group financier Yevgeny Prigozhin's jet took off from the Machulishchi airfield in Belarus towards Russia, flew to Moscow, and then immediately took off for St. Petersburg. Former Russian officer and prominent critical mill blogger Igor Girkin claimed that Prigozhin returned to Russia to negotiate with unspecified Russian officials and the Wagner Commanders' Council. The Institute for the Study of War cannot independently confirm if Prigozhin did in fact return to Russia, nor the details of the purported visit. But Prigozhin may have returned briefly to work out further details of the deal negotiated by Belarusian dictator Alexander Lukashenko. The Institute for the Study of War key takeaways today. Russian sources speculated that Wagner's rebellion is already having widespread impacts on the Russian command structure. Russian authorities reportedly arrested Army General Sergei Surovikin on June 28, possibly indicating that the Kremlin intends to purge the Ministry of Defense of figures viewed as disloyal. The Kremlin will likely attempt to balance a desire to mitigate the widespread disdain for Ministry of Defense establishment figures that fueled Wagner's rebellion, while also trying to disempower those who may have sympathized with the rebellion. The Russian Duma is considering additional measures to increase control over the information space and promote self-censorship within broad internet communities. Belarus formally ratified an agreement on the establishment of joint Russian-Belarusian training centers in Belarus on June 28. Russian Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu held a phone conversation with the Chief of the General Staff of the Armed Forces of the Islamic Republic of Iran, Major General Mohammad Bagheri, on June 28. Unconfirmed reports claim that Russian military police allegedly detained Wagner Group commanders in Syria. Ukrainian forces conducted counteroffensive operations in at least 4 sectors of the front. Russian and Ukrainian forces conducted ground attacks near Kreminna, Bakhmut, and in western Donetsk Oblast. Russian forces conducted a strike on civilian infrastructure in Kramatorsk in Donetsk Oblast on the night of June 27. Russian sources claim that Ukrainian forces continued counteroffensive operations in western Zaporizhia Oblast and conducted limited probing attacks on the southern bank of the Dnipro River near the Antonivsky Bridge in Kherson Oblast on June 27 and 28. Russian sources reported on continued Russian efforts to clarify terms and conditions for military service. Russian and occupation officials continue efforts to deconflict legal discrepancies as part of the incorporation of occupied territories.